Hello and welcome to the ScatterVolt channel, and today let's go over the third episode of Super Smash Builds, the show where we go over real builds by real people. Today we're going to be going over the top 5 submissions as voted on you guys from the ScatterVolt Discord server for the month of June, and may I just say that this month we got not only the most submissions to date, but the top 5 in this video are spectacular. Like, they're actually really unique and really interesting, and pretty much all the submissions, maybe except for one. But I mean, you got a computer in here with an 8-core, 5 GHz processor. You have another one in here with quad crossfire Radeon graphics cards. And then you have another one in here that was made in the 1980s. So just a lot of crazy stuff. I definitely recommend you stay to the end because there's just a lot of really interesting computers in this video. Anyways, if you'd like to submit your computer for a chance to win my own personal hand-signed RX Vega 56 graphics card, then join the ScatterVolt Discord server where you can submit your computer to the July submissions for Super Smash Builds. We're going to be opening that up until July 8th, so make sure to submit your computers, and like I said, you can win my graphics card, and of course get that special perk on the ScatterVolt Discord server for the month. Anyways, let's get into the submissions. At number 5, we have the Foundry by Troika. And without looking at the pictures, let's go ahead and look at these specs. We've got the FX 9590, which is the 5 GHz 8-core processor I was talking about, that Corsair H110i GTX cooler, Asus Sabertooth 998FX motherboard, 16 GB of DDR3 memory, an SSD from Mushkin, 2 TB of Seagate Barracuda hard drives, 2 GTX 780s, 3 GB of VRAM each. Very interesting. A Cooler Master half XM ATX mid tower and a Corsair 1000 watt power supply. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at your photos. There's that Cooler Master case, definitely a signature case. Very nice. I mean, that was the case that was all the rage back in 2013 when I was making those really old PC build videos. And those are those 2 780s, yo. And with that 5 GHz 8-core 9590, crazy, Troika. And there's your score of 12,784 with that 5590, 16 GB of DDR3 RAM, and those 2 GTX 780s with 3 GB of VRAM each. Definitely impressive. That might be one of the highest scores we've seen yet in Super Smash Builds. So let's read a little bit of the story behind this computer. So this computer was put together while you were waiting for your new laptop to arrive, which was a Clevo P750T1MG with an 8700K and a 1070. So wait, you built this system while you were waiting for an even better system to come in? Okay, I won't judge. But he said it'd take about a month to 6 weeks before I get it. Goodness gracious, you could wait that out. Oh my gosh. Anyways, you said you already had a few bits and pieces from your parts bin, but you didn't have enough for a whole computer, so it looks like you did some searching and finding for some new parts. One of those was that crazy FX 9590, which you got for $65, which is crazy. And of course, it looks like you had to get a 990FX motherboard that could support that crazy 220 watt TDP that CPU has. Anyways, it looks like you got that Asus Sabertooth 990FX motherboard with 16 GB of DDR3 RAM for $180. It's pretty nice, actually. And then you were able to snag 2 780s with 3 GB of VRAM each for a total of $320 that you hassled down from $360. Very impressive, nice. Of course, you needed a beastly power supply. And just curious, why did you call it the Foundry? Okay, here we go. So now I did some digging, blah, 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 blah. Oh, if you haven't guessed it yet, the name is based on the absurd amount of heat this build chucks out. A 220 watt CPU with a pair of 265 watt overclocked 780s are gonna get fairly toasted during heavy gameplay, of course. I love to hear some stories about how hot this computer has gotten. Oh, which you do. I have an air conditioner in my room, which is set to 74 degrees Fahrenheit. My room gets fairly warm when I'm playing Ark Survival. You're playing Ark Survival on that? Holy cow. The CPU peaks around 57 degrees Celsius. The 780s hit about 72 degrees Celsius under max load, which isn't bad, I mean, but that's just one hot cooler. Goodness gracious. Anyways, impressive first system to kick off this video. Congratulations to number 5, Troika. At number 4, we have my first high-end gaming PC by Rafa Gaming. So before we get into the pictures, let's look at the specs. You're rocking an i5 8600K, another Corsair CPU cooler, an MSI Z370 Li Plus motherboard, 16GB of G-Skill Trident Z RAM, a 1TB Western Digital Blue hard drive, a GTX 1070 with 8GB of VRAM, a 750W Seasonic power supply, and an NOx Tor ATX Hummer TG case. Interesting. All for $1,500 Of course. I mean, it's your first high-end gaming PC. So let's see what you get. You have, let's see, I can instantly tell those two Trident Z RGB RAM sticks. Those are beautiful looking RAM sticks. And you got a pretty nice case to complement it too. Looks like that's also tempered glass side panel on the front. Yeah, that's actually pretty nice. I think one thing your system could use more of, Rafa, is that it could use more lighting inside the case. Right now, the only lighting that I see is from the CPU block of the Corsair CPU cooler and the RGB RAM sticks. But maybe like some more LED fans on the kind of like the top and the rear of the case to help out some exhaust airflow would help brighten up the system a bit, because right now I can't really see the motherboard that well. But of course, everything is very clean. You have the cable management right there looking fantastic. And I mean, just solid system. You know, this is your first high-end gaming PC with that crazy 1070 with 8GB of VRAM, which you got a score of 9,153 and superposition. I mean, not that bad for a single GPU. That last one we looked at had that 8-core FX processor and those two 780s, and that got 12,000. So your system with one graphics card with 8GB of VRAM and that one i5 with 4 cores got close to the same score, but with like nearly like half the wattage that'd be required to output from this system. Interesting. And of course, you have that 1070 overclocked. Good job on that. And just nice overall gaming PC. I'm very glad that you've now upgraded to a high-end system. It's nice because coming from a budget system, like a budget i3 and like a 1050 to this is definitely a huge jump. Anyways, I really enjoyed your computer. Thank you for sharing, Rafa, and congrats on number 4. Now let's look at the 87 PC by Jacob, and I wasn't kidding when we had a computer in here from the 1980s. If anything, this submission should show you that any computer is possible to win in Super Smash builds. And so let's just go ahead and look at the parts that are inside this 87 computer, which are an Intel 80286 running at 10 megahertz, a 640 kilobyte RAM chipset, DOS OS, a 20 megabyte hard drive, a floppy disk, and a 250-watt power supply, some other stuff I don't recognize. Oh yeah, motherboard is unknown, I bet. I mean, this thing is completely ancient. Let's look at the photos. Oh man, those are those 4 expansion cards you listed. I can't tell which one is which. They're too old for me. But you can see all of those chips on the motherboard itself and all those old ISA ports. Man, crazy. So according to you, this was a $22 system. I bet you could sell this thing for quite a bit more today, considering how old it is. Which, by the way, I was looking at the system beforehand, and if you're wondering why there's a lock in this computer, that's because back then, computers were so old that they couldn't have a password feature. So in order to actually turn on and off the system while keeping it secure, you had to use a physical lock to turn on the power button. That's how old this computer is, which is crazy. But it looks like you have a disk drive icon on the case, a power up icon, a light icon. It's maybe just a few kind of modern-ish features that you see nowadays. It's good to see. Of course, you can't run superposition on this, no way. So, I mean, this is an exception. And wow, that's the BIOS of this old 80s computer. Crazy. And you have that America Megatrends logo there at the bottom. Crazy how they're still around today on certain motherboards. Anyways, let's take a quick look at your description. So this build was inspired by my grandfather because he likes old PCs because he used to build and sell them, and this PC was made from the 90s era that he found from a yard sale, and he also used some parts that a neighbor gave him. So of course he used to play old MS-DOS games that you can't play on modern day computers. I mean, you might be able to with some emulators, and yep, I bet you it does bring your grandfather back to hear all those BIOS beeps and hard drive noises. I bet those things are so old school. And yeah, this of course is your oldest computer. There's no way there's any computer that could be older than this that it could play DOS, considering it's from 80. I don't know, does that work out? Was there DOS in the 80s? I don't know. This might be a potato to you, but it's special to us and is unique because you can't get these parts easily, obviously. Anyways, interesting computer. Thank you for sharing this. This is by far the most unique submission we've had yet on Super Smash Builds. So thank you for sharing this, Jacob, and congrats on number 3. At number 2, and sort of like the comeback kid of this list, we have the Inwin 301 Finalized Sky OC computer by Iman Morales. Now, here's the interesting thing. Iman actually submitted before on Super Smash Builds in the first episode where he got 3rd place. Now, this is his second submission where he basically took the same computer, upgraded it, and basically revamped the entire system. And this just goes to show that even if you don't win Super Smash Builds for that episode, if you're wanting to come back with a stronger build that you think is more unique, more characteristic, has a better storyline behind it, then this is a perfect example of how your ranking can go up, especially in this super competitive Super Smash Builds list. Like, I'm not gonna kid you, this computer was number 1 for a very long time for the month of June, until our real number 1 submission came along, which you will obviously see why it is number 1. But let's go ahead and look at the specs. We've got an i5 6500, a Hyper 212 Evo, and a Corsair CPU core. I actually know what that's for. I'll elaborate on that later. An ASRock Z170M Extreme 4 motherboard, 2 SSDs, 16GB of DDR4 RAM, an R9 390 with 8GB of RAM. I like that. I kind of like high-end AMD cards. They're like a rarity nowadays. Corsair power supply, a bunch of modifications for $1,148. Anyways, here are your photos that you provided, and I'm just gonna let you guys know this, but if you want to be very successful in Super Smash Builds and increase your ranking, then take high quality photos. What Iman did right here are the best photos we've seen yet from any Super Smash Build submission, aside from the example build one of the staff on the server gave us in the first episode. But man, these are just such high quality detailed photos. I can tell, and looks like you're actually showing kind of like a progression of the system, because there right there is your second revision of this new updated computer, where actually I believe you took that Corsair H55 CPU cooler that had that radiator and you used that to cool off your R9 390, and you used that Hyper 212 with those custom fans to cool off that i5. Very interesting, and it all plays together pretty nicely. And you've got extra fans to throw even more air into the system, especially in that pretty tight Inwin 301. I'm very impressed you actually got the cable management down all the way. And it looks like you did delit your 6500. That thing must be super cool. Goodness gracious. And yeah, the cable management, holy bejesus. Anyways, what I find interesting is how he actually achieved the system in the first place, because Iman's original system, I believe, had a G3258, which, as you can see in the description, Iman sold his old G3258 system, which allowed him to buy a T420, which is a laptop, which he then sold for a Phenom 1090T system. Should have kept that. The Phenom CPUs, they're pretty neat, which you then sold again to buy a 35070K, which, I mean, if I were you, I'd stop right there. But you went ahead, went up yourself again, and now you got that i5 6500. And it looks like just through even more modifications, more selling, and even more crazy things you decided to do to this system, like hooking up that AIO cooler to your R9 390 with 8GB of VRAM, you got yourself a solid system. But real quick, let's look at your score in superposition. For 1080p medium, you got 9,116, which, let's go ahead and look at the second, let's look at the fourth system real quick. What score did you get, Rafa? You got 9,153 with an i5 8600K and a 1070. Iman got 9,116 with an i5 and a 390 with 8GB of VRAM. What? That's crazy. So your R9 390, which by the way is a pretty old graphics card by today's standards, was able to keep up enough with that 1070 with, what was it, 8GB of VRAM? Yeah, 8GB of VRAM, the same amount. That's crazy. And Rafa had a better CPU. Whoa, that's crazy. All right, Iman, you have a legendary system on your hands. That is insane that you're able to get near the same score as a system with an i5 and 1070. Rafa, I bet you're really disappointed, man. There's some stuff you need to do with your system to optimize it further. I know you overclocked that 1070, but who knows? Maybe it's Iman's AIO cooler that he got on his graphics card and kind of making his GPU really cool. I mean, that might be it. I don't know. But anyways, fantastic submission for number 2. And I honestly thought this was gonna win the number 1 spot, but this guy came in and blew the whole competition away. Let's take a look. Here we had Red Kraken V1 by the Black Hat winning #1. And there's a very obvious reason why the Black Hat won. And we're gonna look at the specs to show why. He has a Ryzen 5 2400G, a Rajan Leto W cooler, an MSI B350 PC Mate motherboard, 8GB of Team Vulkan RAM. Ooh, actually looks like you may have stacked that. Okay, then you have an SSD and another PCIe SSD from OCZ. Looks like you have 5TB worth of hard drives, okay? And now for the heart of the system, you have those two XFX Radeon R9 295X2s. That's crazy. Then you have a Corsair Era 540 and just a ton of fans, all for $1,195, which I believe that's man, that's crazy. Holy cow, let's look at the photos. So you can see right there are those two R9 graphics cards, which by the way, those have 2 GPUs on each card. I believe they're two 290s on each of these 295X2s. So in total, the system has 4 physical graphics card chips. And you can see the amount of cooling required to cool up those 2 GPUs with those 2 custom radiators at the top, cooling those 4 graphics cards. Not 4 graphics cards, cooling those 4 graphics units in 2 cards. This is confusing. This system is just absolutely mental. I can't believe it. It's like a Frankenstein computer. Like, it shouldn't exist. Goodness gracious. And I believe the back is gonna even surprise you guys even more, because Black Hat decided to do some modding and fit 2 power supplies in there, which the 540 actually supports 1. So that's really crazy. And cable management from the back, I mean, I know nobody can see it, but I would do something about that. That doesn't look healthy for a PC. Even if it technically doesn't affect anything. Like, what if something happens down the line where you have to change out like a power cable somewhere? You're gonna be screwed. And you have 3 duct taped hard drives together for 5TB of storage. Goodness, what if the computer tips over? Those things are gonna fall right out. Anyways though, insane system. Clearly the #1 spot. I believe you won simply because of how outrageous and ridiculous the system is, especially with the highest score we've seen yet in Super Smash Builds, that being 14,472. Just absolutely mental. So more or less, the story with this system is that Black Hat has taken a long time in upgrading an original Ryzen system that I believe had to sell it for a Threadripper system, but I don't know, maybe he got ripped off somewhere. But over time, he was actually left without a system for a long time, but he did have those 2 295X2s on hand. He was just waiting for a system to put them inside, and luckily he won the giveaway for the Electrobyte $500 gaming PC because he was a Patreon supporter, and through that he was able to utilize that system, put those 2 295X2s into that gaming PC, and now he is left with this monstrosity of a system. So just crazy story with your gaming PC, absolutely crazy specifications. I don't know if there's anybody on the planet who has a 2400G and 2 295X2s aside from you, Black Hat, but crazy system, absolutely deserving of #1. This is just a spectacular, fantastic build with a great story behind, which I'll link in the description. And actually, I think I'll link all 5 of these gaming PCs in the description so you can check them out and read the stories on each of them if you want to learn more in depth on each of these computers. Anyways, congratulations on #1 and for winning the June submissions for Super Smash Builds. Like I said, if you want to submit your computer for the July submissions, we have those open until the 8th, so join the ScatterVolt Discord server in order to submit your computer, or if you just want to join in and check out the fun that's going on the server, then that's going to be at the very top of the description. But anyways, as always, be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and all that, and this is the ScatterVolt channel, signing out.